Buongiorno, come stai? Mamma mia. Macchiato?
Il macchiatone.
Macchiatone. Perfetto, grazie. One of the benefits for me about living in Italy is that we can easily travel by train to virtually anywhere in the country and explore all the different regions. This weekend is the kickoff weekend for one of the biggest holidays in Venice, which is Carnivale. So we thought, let's jump on a train and go check it out. Most travelers make a beeline for Venice, lured by the shimmer of canals, the drama of carnival masks, the whole romantic spectacle. But just a short train ride away, tucked between Venice's dazzle and Verona's poetry, there's a city with stories even older than Rome. This is Padua. Elegant, unexpected, and severely underrated. Stay with me. You're about to discover one of Italy's most overlooked gems. Our Italian friends have been telling us for years to visit Padua. So we figured it's a 26-minute train ride into Venice, so we can go do Carnivale. And since we've never been to Padua, we can explore Padua, so why not kill two birds with one stone? I did some research, and this town is packed with some serious history and some incredible things to see. We're talking an entire chapel of Giotto's mind-blowing frescoes, a medieval market that's been running for over 800 years. Padua has one of the oldest universities in the world where Galileo was a teacher. And oh yeah, this city is home to one of Italy's most favorite liqueurs. But I'm gonna save that for later. I have a feeling we're gonna love this city. Andiamo. That means let's go. Padova is a rare blend, a city where Renaissance beauty and intellectual grit live side by side. People seem to care about tradition, about education, and community. And when you walk these streets, you feel it.
What do you think of Padua so far?
It's absolutely beautiful. It's kind of interesting because it's like Gucci, Prada, Smoochie on one end, but then really like local, historic, and beautiful cafes. I love it, but I've been here 10 minutes. There's a quiet pride here, the kind that's built over centuries and passed down in conversations. The moment we stepped off the train, we knew this wasn't your typical Italian tourist spot. Handwritten menus fluttered outside tiny trattorias. The piazzas are calm, unhurried. It felt like Florence, but decades ago, before the crowds, before the world caught on. I think one of the advantages of coming to a place like Padua is it's not crowded. So you can walk around these virtually empty streets and find these little cool trattorias. So we're gonna go check this one out. The food in Padua is simple, seasonal, and deeply rooted in the lands. You won't find much fuss here, just the kind of dishes that have been quietly perfected over generations. I'm a sucker for a handwritten menu. It's not about dining here. It's about good ingredients, tradition, and sitting down without rushing, just the way it should be. Padua doesn't shout about its food, but maybe that's what makes it so damn good. This is amazing. So you've got polenta, sausage, and this is fagioli, beans, diavolo, spicy. You put them all together, they're unbelievable. Padua is a hidden gem. You know, living in Florence, I'm around a lot of Americans, there's a lot of English spoken. Here, it's Italian, and it feels it. I mean, I love the energy in this town. The Palazzo della Ragione was built in 1218 and was a courthouse and an administrative center symbolizing medieval civic pride. And for over 800 years, this market has been the place that people came to get their fruits and vegetables. Look at how beautiful these artichokes and oranges are. E dopo arance 4, grazie. This is the good stuff right here. Grazie. I can't get over this. This has been going on for 800 years. Bananas, oranges, strawberry, it's a long time. And the best part, I got the grande bananas, the big ones, 4 oranges, all for €4. So we're walking around Il Salone and we look out and we see this amazing clock. So we walk over to it, but it doesn't look like a clock like you would see exactly. So we looked it up. It is an astrological clock, one of the oldest in the world, from 1434. It shows the sun, the stars, the moon. And what's interesting to me is that Libra is absent. Why is it absent? Because at that time it was part of Scorpio, and it kind of shows the evolvement of the astrological signs. One of the things that I find really interesting about Padua is that you have these canals. It's not like Venice where you've got canals everywhere, but there definitely are canals here, and it's definitely telling you that you're getting closer to Venice. Check this out. This person's house, look at the entrance, how it goes over the canal to get in it. One of the coolest things for me about Padua is that it's a 2,000-year-old Roman city. So imagine right here in this amphitheater, gladiators were fighting to the death. Just next to the Roman arena, there's something called the Cappella degli Scrovegni. It is where you're gonna find some of the most interesting Giotto frescoes. Founded in 1222, the University of Padua is one of the oldest in the world, and it was born from a desire for academic freedom. What they built became a beacon of learning, innovation, and free thought. And of course, Galileo Galilei taught here for nearly 2 decades. For centuries, it is here that graduating students face their final oral examination. Seated before a panel of professors, they defended their knowledge out loud to earn their degree. Inside the University of Padua is a room that changed how we understand the human body. Built in 1594, the Anatomical Theater was the first permanent structure of its kind. Designed like an inverted cone, it lets students watch dissections from above, with walls high enough to catch anyone who fainted. For the first time, anatomy wasn't just theory, it was right there in front of them. In 1678, Elena Cornaro earned a Doctor of Philosophy from the University of Padua, becoming the first woman in the world to ever receive a university degree. The University of Padua isn't just a university. It's a place where science, medicine, and philosophy, and even women's movement leapt forward, century after century. St. Anthony is the patron saint of this city, and this basilica is dedicated to him. The Basilica of St. Anthony is one of Christianity's most important pilgrimage sites and the spiritual heart of Padua. Locals simply call it Il Santo, but its reach is global. Each year, millions come to visit his tomb, pray for healing, and honor St. Anthony's legacy of compassion. Inside the basilica, you'll find relics like his tongue and vocal cords, preserved as symbols of his powerful preaching. Strange, yes, but also kind of poetic. The voice that once moved thousands, now resting in silence, still speaking to those who come looking for something. The chapels are filled with centuries of devotion, and the art is just as stunning, with many works by Donatello. Without a doubt, the heart of the city is Piazza della Valle, one of the largest piazzas in Europe. This elliptical space was once a marsh until the late 1700s, when it was transformed into what you see today. At its center, Isola Memia, a small island encircled by a canal and watched over by 78 statues of scholars, artists, and historical figures that are connected to the city. Today, locals come here to jog, picnic, or wander through the weekend markets. It's history, yes, but it's also a living part of the city. It's winter now, but I've heard that in summer, the square fills with couples strolling, kids playing under the stars, and during the holidays, it comes alive with festivals and concerts. All right, let me just take 1 second. I know you're gonna ask, so we're gonna make it really easy for you. You're gonna want our list of everywhere we went, everything we do, and we're gonna give it to you for free. Click the link in the description, and it's yours. Now back to the episode.
Okay, in the next edition of Rob and I are old people matching. I just walked downstairs. We're going to Venice. What is happening?
What is the real pretty green?
It's literally the
I own
same
one.
color.
I just bought this. I own one emerald green sweater. One. And I just bought it.
Me too.
Did you just buy it too? Is it the color of the season? We look like we're reps for some clothing line, and we're handing out samples in Venice today.
And this is all I have. It's clean.
I'm not taking it.
It is 7:45 a.m. and we are on our way to Venice. We've been looking at TikTok, which is where we get all our news, and it looks like it's been absolutely packed for the last couple of days. So we're gonna go early and hopefully avoid the crowds.
But first, coffee. Not just coffee. My favorite, which is a macchiatone. Most people don't know what a macchiatone is. It's between a cappuccino and a macchiato, right in the middle.
We've been to Venice a bunch of times. We went to Burano, we did the glass blowing and all that stuff. And so I said to our youngest one, before we took her for the first time, I said, you gotta see it. Like, the streets are made of water, basically. It's just water everywhere. And she's like, okay. And then we get there, we walk out of the train station, and she's like, Dad, the streets are water.
Water streets.
Have you ever seen that before?
No.
In just 26 minutes and for about 5 to 10 euros, you can slip from the calm of Padua into the surreal beauty of Venice. You arrive at Venezia Santa Lucia, the main train station, which opens directly onto the Grand Canal. No cars, no taxis, just boats. Venice is a city that shouldn't exist, and yet, here it is. Floating on over 100 tiny islands, stitched together by 400 bridges and more than 150 canals, built on millions of wooden stakes driven into the lagoon's muddy floor. The whole city balances on an underwater forest. There are no roads, just water. And instead of ambulances, they have emergency boats. The postman delivers by foot and ferry. Even garbage collection happens by barge. It looks like our dastardly plan worked to get here early without the crowds, because in a few hours, this piazza is going to be packed. I learned something really interesting. So during the 1300s, when people were putting masks on during Carnivale, the reason they did it was because there were so many different classes at the time. So rich and poor can put masks on, and they can all be together, and nobody knew who anybody was. It's so cool to walk around the city and see people getting dressed up. For me, what's more interesting is watching the people interact with the people that are getting dressed up. It's like you're a celebrity for the day. These tramezzino sandwiches are amazing. Remember when you were a kid and you cut the crust out of the bread? It's all done for you. But you can get it with like turkey and zucchini and tuna and olive and tomatoes and egg. It's fantastic. I moved from macchiatone in the morning to macchiato, which is like a little less milk. Since it's Carnivale, we thought we'd try our hand at making a mask. In the heart of Venice's Dorso Dora district sits Macana, a workshop founded in 1984 that keeps alive the centuries-old art of crafting masks from paper mache, just as it's been done for generations. Venetian masks are more than just beautiful. They're steeped in history, with each shape serving a purpose. Some cover the whole face but leave the mouth exposed so you can eat or speak. Others cover just the mouth and were worn by women at events where they weren't expected to speak. I chose this long-nosed design, once used by the 17th century plague doctors. The beak was stuffed with herbs thought to protect against disease. Today, it's one of the Carnival's most iconic masks. Masks were meant to level social classes. But the truth is, the color still gave you away. Gold and silver were reserved for nobility and clergy.
Sorry about my nose.
Now we are officially Carnival ready, but also a little hungry, so it's time for some lunch. If you're a seafood lover, Venice won't disappoint. For centuries, the lagoon has been the city's pantry, offering up a daily bounty. Fish and shellfish aren't just specialties here. They're a part of everyday life.
This is what heaven looks like.
You remember when I told you this place was going to get packed? It's packed. You can't tell if somebody is happy or sad when they're wearing this mask. Are you happy or sad? For 2 weeks each year, Venice becomes a stage. Piazzas, bridges, and alleyways fill with music, masks, and mystery. It's like walking into a dream draped in silk and tradition. Wander a bit, and you'll find fire breathers, stilt walkers, mimes, and musicians. And St. Mark's Square is a pure spectacle. Costume contestants in ornate historical dress compete in the official mask contest. Locals and visitors alike become part of something special, a shared illusion, a performance, a moment suspended in time. We did it the right way. We came in early, we made a mask, we did coffee, we did lunch, we walked around the piazza, we watched all the amazing costumes, and now we're on a boat, completely empty, on our way back to Padua.
Hey Rob, are you always carrying a bag?
I always have a bag. Is that the Aperol Spritz? Is it from here?
Padua.
Padua.
L'Aperol di Padua.
Ah, is it different from the regular?
Sweet.
Ah. Grazie. Bellissima. Grazie. Wow. One of the things that I love the most about Italy in general is this. You order a little afternoon spritz, and you have a whole, little mini dinner. Cheers. As we've been exploring Padua, the words biggest, oldest, first keep popping up. This city has one of the biggest piazzas in the world, one of the oldest fresh food markets in the world, first woman to graduate university. It's pretty incredible, the discoveries and the inventions, from William Harvey developing the theory of blood circulation to Galileo creating the telescope, both here at the University of Padua. And even this orange liqueur called Aperol was created here in 1919 and later led to the Aperol Spritz. Padua is woven into the history of science, medicine, and even happy hour. Yet it remains a hidden gem. And I kind of feel like we barely scratched the surface, but I can tell you one thing, we'll definitely be coming back. Cheers.